Okay, we're here at Biomerics. We've been talking about that trifecta: early stage development, scaling to high volume production with vertically integrated capabilities. And Shauna, as a quality manager, the third segment is managing the quality aspect of those capabilities.
Definitely. Yeah, so we always like to ensure that quality is involved early on in the process. We get involved with the project team, ensure that we have our expertise that we like to share with them, kind of explain the watch out we've seen before. So we like to make sure quality is involved early throughout the process. We are there for the validation efforts, involved making sure that everything that we need, all the critical aspects are in the validations. And we make sure that we get the cross-functional approval of the validations. So we're integrating quality, engineering, as well as production to make sure we have all three aspects of those kind of gained into the validation strategy. Then once we complete our validations and everything's ready for production, we always want to make sure that we have our production operators involved early on, so they're getting trained. Training is a major part of making sure that we're performing like we need to. So we always like to focus on training, making sure our operators are trained. We like to make sure they understand what they're doing and why they're doing. Right? We always want to make sure that they understand we are producing medical devices here. So we always like to ingrain that in them and make sure that they are producing the quality medical devices to be used on potentially themselves or someone they love.
Right. Excellent. Share with us, Shauna, the collaboration with the customer on a program and from a quality standpoint.
Yeah, definitely. We always like to make sure we have a clear, concise communication with our customer so that we understand what they need from us. We always want to make sure that we've got the black and white details. We know what they're looking for so that we can make sure that we are giving them what they're asking for.
Okay, excellent. Shauna, I think we have well over 20 balloon forming machines, and I wanted to ask you, how do you verify from a quality standpoint the startup and shutdown of one of those machines for a process?
Yeah. Okay. So once our balloon technicians come in and they are able to get the machines up and running with the balloon that they feel meets all specifications, they will submit a test to the quality department. Quality will test these to ensure we're meeting all of our critical dimensions, whether it be wall thickness, burst pressure, any other dimensions that we need to. We will kind of give them the okay to continue that run. So they will produce the run to the quantity they need, whatever lot quantity they're looking for. Once that lot is completely ran, they will submit the lot as a whole to our quality department that we will then pull at random another sampling size to repeat the same test just to verify and ensure that the quality remain consistent throughout the run.
Okay. I wanted to ask you too, we were talking about the miniaturization of medical devices and we talked about balloons and the profile, and we're talking about thin wall structures, balloons that have to deliver through the tortuous anatomy, and they have to be able to be compatible with the sheath, for instance.
Definitely.
Can you share a little bit how quality is involved with some of those, the thinner walls, the burst performance characteristics?
Yeah. So those two characteristics are probably some of the most important characteristics of a balloon catheter. You always have to make sure you're able to insert the catheter. So we always have to make sure we're maintaining that sheath compatibility. But once they get in there and the doctors need to deploy the balloon catheter, they have to be able to achieve the burst pressure. So there's kind of a nice balance that we have to maintain to ensure sheath compatibility and still meet the very high pressure burst requirements that are seen on some of our balloon catheters. So that is definitely testing that we cover in both our setup and our end of lot release testing to make sure we are achieving those two critical functions of the catheter.
Okay. Is there a process capability that's part of that?
No, we just kind of do like a random sampling.
Okay.
And then we have to ensure that they pass. It's kind of like a 100% pass.
Gotcha.
We don't get to have any failures on those aspects of the balloon catheters.
Okay. Thank you.